Hi everyone, I am Dr. Vijay Lakshmi and welcome to iMusics. This is our Back to Basics series where we simplify ophthalmology concepts and understand the science behind what we do in the clinic every day. Have you ever remembered the rule red, add minus, but forgotten why? Perhaps you have ever wondered why even ask the patients whether red or green side looks clearer. By the end of this video, you will understand the logic so that you will never have to memorize the RAM gap again. You're almost done with the subjective refraction, and then when you show the Duochrome chart, the patient says red side C is clearer than the green. Do you add minus? Do you remove it? Or if you have been ever been confused, this video is for you. Duochrome test is a precise fine-tuning check used during eye examination once your prescription is already close to correct. It confirms the exact lens power. It's also called as a bichrome test and it has a chart split into red-green halves and compares the letter clarity on each side. To understand the basic of the duochrome test, we need to understand the physics of the chromatic aberration. The white light is made up of several colors, and if you see in the eye, the green light focuses first in front of the retina, and red light focuses later behind the retina. So, green light has a shorter wavelength, so it bends more and it focuses slightly in front where your eye needs it, whereas the red light has a longer wavelength and it bends less and focuses slightly behind where your eye needs it, and your retina where the image is falling perfectly is in between. Now if you look at this is the retina. Now if you see that this is the perfect focal point and this is the green focus which is actually in front of it, and the red focus which is actually behind the retina. Now, when we are doing the duochrome test, we show letters in both green and red. When the patient says that the red is clearer, it means that the focus falls in front of the retina and you need a lens which pushes this focus backwards towards the retina to get the correct power. What is the lens which pushes the focus backwards? Yes, it is the concave lens. With the use of concave lens or a minus lens, the focus is pushed backwards. So when minus power gets added, a minus lens pushes the focus back, and so red is when the red is clearer, you have to add minus power that pushes the focus back onto the retina. Now, when you say the patient has green letters which are more clearer, that implies that the focus instead of falling on the retina is actually falling behind the retina. Now you have to push the focus towards the retina forward. If you have to push the focus forward, then which type of lens you have to use? Yes, we have to use a convex lens. So a plus lens pushes the focus forward, and then when green is clearer, you have to either remove the minus power or add the plus power. That pulls the focus forward onto the retina. The mnemonic which is commonly used is the RAM and gap. That is, when red is clearer, you add minus, and when green is clear, you add plus. It is important to read the results very carefully. So if the patient is saying that red is clearer, that means that he is under corrected in the minus power. So he needs more minus power or less plus power. It's better to remember just for myopia and do the opposite in your mind for the hyperopic correction. Now when he says the green is clearer, that means that he is overcorrected and he needs less minus power. So when both are equal, that's when it's correctly balanced, and that's the goal. So how do we use it in the examination in the clinic? First we do the standard diffraction. We almost near correct the lens and then show the duochrome chart which consists of letters in the red and green background, and then ask to compare and ask which letters are clearer, whether the letters in the red background or in the green background, and then accordingly we adjust in small steps. One caveat worth knowing is that the test assumes that the patient has normal color vision. So if someone is red green colorblind, this test is not reliable. Three common mistakes which usually people do while trying to do a duochrome test, and which you have to remember, is performing before the endpoint is achieved. So if you don't achieve 6 and then you try to do the duochrome test, the patient might not be able to actually tell you whether which letter is more clearer. And using large lens changes, it's better to just go in minus 0.25 steps only. And using this test in color vision deficiency will not give you any result. Before we finish, here's today's eye musings pearl. Many of us learned the rule red add minus during training, but I would like you to remember something more important. Don't memorize the rule, understand where the focus lies. Once you understand the optics, and correct lens choice becomes obvious. That's today's eye musings pearl. Before we end, let us just challenge ourselves and see whether we have understood the concept clearly or not. A 25-year-old myopic patient has completed, after you have completed subjective refraction, he is reading 6.6. You perform the duochrome test and the patient says, Doctor, I read the letters on the red background clearly. What do? Do you add minus 0.25? You remove minus 0.25, or do you not change? Just pause for a while this video and think about the logic explained in this video, and then come back to this video for the answer. Yes, it is add minus 0.25 diopters. Image formed in front of the retina. So adding minus lens moves the focus back to the retina. If you found this video useful, I would really appreciate if you could like the video and subscribe to the channel. iMusings is all about making ophthalmology simpler, one concept at a time. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next iMusings.